Wintry weather heading up along I-94 as well as down along I-90. More about that coming up for you in just a moment.
A man accused of killing his wife will learn his fate today from a judge. I'll have everything you need to know up next.
The U.S. issuing a stark warning to Iran and the cost of the war in lives and dollars coming up. La Crosse County is planning to build a roundabout at a busy Onalaska intersection. We'll tell you where and when. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Wednesday, March 11th. It is 6 a.m. Good morning to you all. We will send it over now to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's tracking some weather changes, winter coming back.
Pretty much, my friend. Up along the north, you can see here holding on to some snowfall. We're coming in from the southwest and working gradually towards Rochester and eventually towards Black River Falls and Winona. We'll also get into this with the winter weather ahead. You can see behind me here in the purple, that is a winter weather advisory. That's from freezing drizzle all the way to light snowfall picking up in the forecast. You'll see at least maybe up to 2 to 4 inches of snowfall. In the pink, you're looking at a winter storm warning that's in play. That could be up to at least 5 inches of snowfall in the forecast there. We've already seen portions of that happening this early morning now. Lows this morning, you can see 20s and the 30s. So we're a little bit on the cold to at least cool side in the forecast. Leaning into this, though. That's not rainfall and snowfall you're seeing there. You see the rainfall over there by the portions of the Lake Michigan there, working in from Texas, coming in from the Gulf. You'll see that continue on with that rain all the way through St. Louis, where it's causing a little severe weather there. Then eventually you'll see more of that snowfall up along the northern tier coming out of Canada as well as the northern tier of the United States. We're also seeing as we go through La Crosse, you have some flurries to start around the 6 o'clock hour, going into heavier snowfall as we lean into the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hour, turning into at least flurries to finish out for the late morning into the noon hour. Then sunshine will prevail today. 20s or 30s in the forecast that you'll see. You'll get up to Eau Claire. You're holding on to at least 38 degrees after your morning snowfall, which will affect your morning commute, giving way to sunshine that will feel like 38. It'll be 38 degrees, but it'll feel like 29 degrees on your skin. Be safe and have a wonderful day.
The Zachary Fritz murder trial reaching its end today. News 8 Now Seth Padilla has the latest for us from the newsroom. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. A judge will decide today whether Fritz spends the rest of his life in prison or a psychiatric facility. Fritz is accused of fatally stabbing his wife more than 50 times in 2024. Closing arguments wrapped up Tuesday, and a forensic psychiatrist testified that Fritz does not have a bipolar disorder, but defense attorneys point to body cam footage and medical records they say prove otherwise.
He was confused why officers were asking him certain questions, and he didn't get at all why he wasn't allowed to go and see his wife 62 times in 60 minutes. And each and every time, he just didn't understand the explanation that was given.
This would be Fritz's second not guilty by reason of mental disease verdict. He received the same ruling on domestic abuse charges back in 2009. Reporting live in the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you for that, Seth. And we'll take a live look at the White House now. The U.S. is warning Iran block oil flow through the Strait of Hormuz and get hit 20 times harder. The Pentagon says more than a dozen Iranian mine-laying boats have been targeted as joint strikes continue. CBS News' Jared Hill has more on the growing cost of the war.
In new video, U.S. warplanes hit Iranian mine-laying ships hours after President Trump posted online there'd be more to follow. The attacks come as U.S. officials tell CBS News that Iran was preparing to deploy naval mines to the Strait of Hormuz, that key shipping route through which roughly 20% of the world's oil passes. Iran has threatened to stop oil from leaving the Gulf.
President Trump will not allow rogue Iranian terrorists to stop the freedom of navigation and the free flow of energy.
U.S. and Israel joint strikes also shook land. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth called Tuesday one of the most intense days of the war inside Iran, but echoed the president's promise about an end in sight.
This is not endless. It's not protracted. We're not allowing mission creep.
Iran's retaliation relentless, raining more missiles and drones on Israel and U.S. targets in neighboring countries. The Pentagon now says 140 service members have been injured, 8 severely. That's in addition to the 7 U.S. troops killed since the war began. On top of the human toll, CBS News has learned that weapons and ammo used in just the first 2 days of fighting cost $5.6 billion.
American troops are in harm's way. Billions are being spent overseas when there are such desperate needs here at home to lower costs.
Wednesday, Israel blasted Lebanon in its fight against Hezbollah as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu urged Iranians to rise up against their regime. Jared Hill, CBS News.
A cargo ship was evacuated this morning after being struck and catching fire in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has not claimed the attack, but has been targeting vessels in that waterway. And stick with News 8 Now online and on air for continuing coverage of the U.S. attack on Iran. Local elections happening. Votes are still being tallied this morning in Sheldon Township. Voters choosing between Joyce Betts and Jeremy Johnson for town supervisor. That position is a 3-year term. And in Homer, Anna Driscoll and Harlan Larson are running for town supervisor. We'll have the latest numbers and results on our website, news8000.com. Some voters going to the polls and finding empty ballots. That included several town hall clerks and supervisors. Those spots will have to be decided by write-in votes. And residents in Gays Mills turned out in force to weigh in on a proposed transmission line. News 8 Now's JDS McGee reports.
Community members had a chance to learn more about a proposed transmission line project that could stretch across the region. Energy companies Dairyland Power and Grid Alliance hosted an open house in Gays Mills Tuesday afternoon. The Maribel project will build around 140 miles of transmission lines from southeast Minnesota through Vernon and Crawford counties to answer projected high energy demand in the Midwest. Project representatives say community meetings like these help to explain the proposal, and they also help to gather feedback from residents.
We're in the early stages of this project, so we're having these voluntary open houses, but we just want to get the information out there and share the benefits of the project.
But local landowners say they're worried about what transmission lines could mean for their homes and their farms.
The community at large and people we've been talking to are very opposed to this. There are going to be homes, barns, properties that are going to be condemned by eminent domain.
Project leaders say they hope residents take advantage of these meetings to stay informed about the future of the project.
It's important. We want individuals to ask questions about the project. That's why our staff are here. We want to be able to be transparent with folks about the project and the need.
Another open house is scheduled for Thursday in DeSoto. Reporting in Vernon County, JDS McGee, News 8 Now.
A pedestrian is dead after being struck by a car in Jackson County. That crash happened Monday night on State Highway 54 in the town of Brockway. Police say the pedestrian had been walking in the traffic lane wearing dark clothing. The driver was cooperative. Names have not been released, and police say they're still investigating. The La Crosse Public Library getting ready to reopen its doors this morning as we take a live look at the building now. The grand reopening is set for 10 a.m. following a $3.1 million state grant-funded remodel. The upgrades include a 100-seat auditorium, new classroom space, a computer lab, and more accessible restrooms. Eau Claire city leaders passing a water rate hike with an 8-2 vote. That hike is 20%. The increase will be used to cover operating costs and will go into effect April 1st. And a roundabout is coming to a busy Onalaska intersection. La Crosse County plans to reconstruct County OT and Commerce Road near the McDonald's and Quick Trip. They say construction will run April through October. There's a public meeting March 25th at Onalaska Town Hall if you want to weigh in. Time now is 6:08. Still ahead on your morning news. The produce in your fridge may contain forever chemicals. Some new research to let you know about just ahead. And Budweiser dropping limited edition cans for every MLB team. See what yours looks like coming up. And what long lines at the airport mean for those spring break plans ahead in your consumer news.
Even getting out of bed is a struggle.
Sounds like a lot of pressure.
And pain.
Good thing you came to Slumberland. This Tempur Pro Adapt provides adaptive support and pressure relief to help you sleep.
Getting out of this bed is gonna be a struggle.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
Some days, everything goes your way. This is not one of those days. Good thing the Gator XUV can navigate rugged terrain and haul whatever the day demands. Because when work happens, you've got a Gator for that. The Gator XUV, built for every kind of workday.
Conquer every task on your list. Visit Tractor Central. Take a seat and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
I met my abuser when I was 10. He was my Sunday school teacher. At 18, I was pressured to marry him. Chris Taylor was the first person to stand up for me. She worked with both parties and with law enforcement to pass laws to protect survivors like me. Chris listened, and my abuser went to prison. On the Supreme Court, Judge Chris Taylor will continue to protect Wisconsin.
Judge Chris Taylor, protecting our rights, defending our freedoms.
Get an 11% rebate on everything when you shop at Menards. Check out our great selection of quick-set door locks. This stylish electronic entry lever allows you to program up to 30 codes to give access to family and friends. Available in 2 finish options at a value of $84.99 after rebate. Finish your projects with GE Advanced Silicone Sealant. It's flexible and 100% waterproof. Pick up a tube at a value of $7.99 each after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Hello, I'm Franklin Graham. Jesus said, come unto me, all ye who labor and are heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. And maybe you've been burdened by the sins of your life and the mistakes, and you just would love to have rest for your soul. Well, I want you to know that God loves you. He made you. He created you. And he sent his son, Jesus Christ, from heaven to this earth to take your sins. That's right. He took your sins to the cross. He died and shed his blood on a cross. And he was buried. But on the third day, God raised him to life. And if we are willing to repent, turn from our sins, tell God that we're sorry, and by faith, believe on Jesus Christ and invite him to come into our hearts, to take control of our life, God will forgive us and cleanse us. And you can have a new life, a new beginning, starting today, right now. Invite him to come into your heart. God bless you.
Sorry, I'm just a bit uncomfortable. It's my mattress.
Good thing you came to Slumberland. This Stearns & Foster provides the ultimate comfort and craftsmanship for a luxurious sleep.
Amazing.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
In your morning consumer news, a new investigation finds forever chemicals on your produce. Nearly 40% of non-organic fruits and vegetables grown in California contain traces of PFAS, chemicals that can take centuries to break down. California supplies nearly half the vegetables and more than 3/4 of the fruits and nuts eaten in this country. Forever chemicals have been linked to cancer, thyroid disease, liver damage, and more. And Meta has acquired a social network, but not for humans. Moltbook is a platform where AI agents interact with one another autonomously. It exploded last month with millions of registered bots. Some see it as a glimpse of the future. Others warn it's full of fake agents and security risks. Budweiser is turning 150 this year. And to mark the occasion, the brand is rolling out limited edition retro-inspired cans for all 30 MLB teams just in time for opening day. Budweiser's also launching the Bud 150 Club, giving 150 fans a chance to win tickets to the All-Star Game, Field of Dreams, and the World Series. And Boeing is warning of delays in 737 MAX deliveries. The company says scratched wiring caused by a machining error is limiting how many planes it can deliver by the end of the month. The FAA is investigating. Boeing still expects to hit its goal of about 500 MAX jets delivered this year. Some good news if you're a frequent international traveler. Global entry is back. The Trump administration says the fast track program will be restored this morning after being suspended last month during the partial DHS shutdown. The funding lapse has caused hours-long security lines at airports nationwide. And speaking of those lines, as the partial government shutdown continues and the start of spring break right around the corner, Ivan Rodriguez joins us to discuss what travelers can expect.
Funding for the Department of Homeland Security lapsed in mid-February amid the standoff between Republicans and Democrats over federal immigration reform.
With everything going on in the last couple of weeks, I think people could be forgiven for forgetting that we are in a partial government shutdown and that many of the impacted employees happen to work at the TSA.
Eric Rosen with The Points Guy says one of the reasons why we're seeing long lines at some major airports across the country is because TSA workers are set to miss their first paycheck this week.
Which means some of them probably have to call out. Some of them probably have to take other jobs so they can't meet their regular shifts, which has been resulting in bottlenecks at some major airports.
Over the last few days, some of the airports witnessing the longest TSA security lines include Houston's William P. Hobby Airport, Louis Armstrong New Orleans International Airport, and Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport.
I would say as the shutdown drags on, we're only likely to see more and more bottlenecks, not just at the airports that have been affected so far, but at further airports as well.
Rosen says one way future travelers can prepare is by staying on top of any and all updates from your airline and airport.
Stay on top of the social media handles and the websites of any airports you're flying through to see if they monitor the security wait times and how up to date they are, and also to give yourself plenty of extra time. I'm thinking a good 30 to 60 minutes more than you normally would.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
That's a look at your consumer news. Now we'll send it over to News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett.
All right, let's take a look at Menominee. Getting into the forecast there, looking at least 30 degrees. Feels like 21 degrees out there right now. Wind 7 miles per hour for sustained. There's a little light breeze out there right now. We'll see winds getting up to at least 37 miles per hour plus gusting today. We'll also hold on to Winona, 32 degrees for you. Feels like 23 degrees out there, so a bit of a wind chill. Still holding on. The roadways look good for you there with 10 miles visibility. No fog happening because of the breezy and gusty winds. La Crosse still has a blowing flag out there right now, so it's quiet out there currently, but you're going to be picking up a little light snowfall as well as all those other areas I just showed you. Getting into 20s and the 30s this early morning, holding on to at least seasonal temperatures this early morning as far as temperatures are concerned around La Crosse. We're just about around normal here, holding on to Eau Claire and all the way northward there in Ladysmith. It's a little bit on the cooler side. We've got some snowfall coming in from the southwest, working up along I-94, working towards La Crosse as well. And then to our far southeast, having snowfall, rainfall, working towards the Lake Michigan area, holding on to more of that snowfall going through Illinois as well as in Missouri. That continues on from the Gulf of Mexico, continuing on from there. So that moisture continues to work in there. It's much milder, so we're having a mix of rain and snow for the next couple of days. Breezy and gusty winds coming in from the north west. You can see that continuing on up to 30 miles per hour plus in the forecast. Then we continue to get wind gusts up to 37 miles per hour plus in the forecast there as well. And as we finish out going to the noon hour, we'll see that all the way into the 1 o'clock hour and continuing through the evening as well. Holding on to who shapes up and who's getting what. We have some mostly cloudy skies by La Crescent. We have heavier snowfall there. You get right back into areas right by Viroqua. You're looking at cloudier skies in the forecast there. And then down to the south by Prairie du Chien, mostly cloudy skies with limited amounts of snowfall. Coming your way for La Crosse, you'll see at least limited amounts as well, possibly up to 2 inches of snowfall, maybe. But you see to the east, you have Cashton all the way out to areas right by Norwalk as well. As getting into Warren, you have cloudier skies with heavier snowfall there. Picking up similar conditions by Alma Center, Black River Falls, and even Sparta, possibly Melrose too, and then all the way up to the north, having cloudier skies in the forecast there. We'll be picking up possibly as we go into Eau Claire, mostly cloudy skies for you, holding on to temperatures in the 30s widespread. So you'll be picking up upper 30s widespread. So you'll hold on to snowfall kicking in the forecast. Heavier snow way up to the northern tier of the state, and then working gradually downward as you go into the down to I-90. You'll see that continue on all the way through the morning hours. Then a mix of rain and snow kicks in by the noon hour. Late morning and the noon hour, you see that green, that is rain, and then ice right there as well. So we could see some ice going into your afternoon commute there for at least lunchtime. Then eventually we'll get that out of the way with drier conditions coming into the evening hours. Then as we go right back into the nighttime, you may see a mix of rain and snow getting along the river from at least up from Minnesota all the way into areas right down along Winona. And of course, La Crosse possibly could get in that as well all the way down as we go into the 8 o'clock morning and for sunrise. You'll see more snowfall coming back, or rainfall coming back again as you go into the 11 o'clock hour well to the west of the river. And eventually you'll get into more of that coming back again as we go into the afternoon, and then finishing out all the way through the evening hours. We're pretty much done for there and getting into more of a mix of rain and snow in the forecast. 1 to 2 inches of snowfall, possibly you can see that by Eau Claire. As I mentioned before, there's possibility of at least 2 to 4 to 5 inches up to the north. Then we'll see that continue on with rainfall also, maybe a quarter of an inch or less in the forecast for you as we finish out. And then we get into how this all shapes up for Thursday, where you're looking at more of that evening snowfall kicking in the forecast as well for you. Similar conditions as well for La Crosse. You'll see rain turning into a mix of rain and snow, and then getting out to how this all shapes up going to the next few days. We'll hold on to the possibility of this. We'll get into how this goes in, and you're going to be seeing, at least from here, picking up at least 38 degrees, morning snowfall, sunshine prevails, getting into more of that rainfall kicking in. It's a 40% chance as a wintry mix tomorrow. Then we get into nighttime rainfall and snowfall, getting in the forecast with Saturday, a mix of rain and snow turning into snowfall, turning into rainfall. As we go into Monday, you have drier conditions but colder. That continues all the way into Tuesday with nighttime snow on the way, and then near average by the time we get into Wednesday of next week.
Thank you for that, Art. As we head to break, a wake-up call from Boulder Junction, Wisconsin. You can see they've already been hit with some snow. I think that's a fish there, all covered in snow. Wow. Sports is next. Stay with us.
It is almost national tournament time. Hear from the UWL wrestling team as they prepare for the big dance this weekend. Plus details on the latest hit to the Packers in the receiving corps. Blitz is up next.
A man accused of killing his wife will learn his fate today from a judge. I'll have the court case coming up.
Where's the best place for local fresh quality meat? The Holman Locker and Meat Market, of course. Now's the time to order your whole or half double smoked ham, prime rib, or smoked salmon for Easter. Don't forget the wine and cheese. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
This right here is what the experts call a problem.
Today I'm lifting some sunken concrete.
So again, this is simply forming a new layer between the soil and the concrete, and it's expanding as we speak.
That's right.
That's moving.
It's moving.
Son of a gun.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
It's weirdly satisfying.
Isn't it?
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers. So switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And now switch to T-Mobile and get free phones for $0 down. Plus 4 lines for only $25 per month per line.
Better service, better price, win-win.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More sofas, more recliners, more mattresses, more of everything. You're going to find whatever you want, and you're going to find plenty of it. And it's all priced to go with 0% easy payment plans. And as always, trade in your old furniture for a discount on new. We'll even deliver and haul away for free. Just try that anywhere else. Come visit King Furniture today.
Shopping for your next car or truck? Get more with Maury's. More transparency, more clarity, more trust, and more value with Maury's More Care program. Visit Maury'sAuto.com and get more with Maury's.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality, local meat. Stock up with our spring meat bundle, which includes drummies, ground beef, chicken, steaks, brats, ribs, and pork chops. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without. Bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle. News 8 Now Sports.
Welcome into the Blitz. Well, beginning on Friday, 8 different wrestlers from UW La Crosse will begin their quest for a national title as once again the Eagles enter as one of the strongest teams in Division III. 5 of the 8 that are putting their skills to the test in Cedar Rapids this weekend are doing so at the D3 Championships for the first time in their career. But while there might be some unfamiliarity with the big stage and atmosphere, these guys are battle tested, and it all begins in practice.
Up and down the lineup, we have such tough guys. We have one of the best rooms in the whole country, and I mean, my first 2 years of college, I got to wrestle with guys like Nolan Hurl, Marcus Orlandoni, Tyler Gable, some of the best in the country, and I think that's what makes our room so tough is we have such tough guys like that to be practice partners.
Instead of racking up the wins against teams that aren't up to their caliber, head coach Dave Malachek put his guys up against some of the nation's best and is now hoping those lessons learned will pay dividends.
Absolutely. We talk about it's money in the bank. We put a lot of money in the bank all season long, and now we get a big chance to withdraw a ton of money, all that hard work, all those tough matches. We could have taken the easy route. We could have wrestled a lot of schools that we knew we were going to win and not be tested, but I really felt with this crew and a lot of guys in the lineup for the first time, they really need to be battle tested, and they are.
UWL has 24 top 10 finishes at nationals since joining the NCAA Division III ranks in 1992. And the dominoes continue to fall for the Packers as the free agency period rolls on, and Green Bay will be without one of their most reliable pass catchers in recent seasons. It's a big payday for Romeo Doubs yesterday, as reports say that he and the New England Patriots have agreed upon a 4-year deal worth up to $80 million. The former 2022 fourth-round pick led the team in receptions with 55, yards with 724, and was tied for most touchdowns with 6 this past season. He joins a Patriots team that's fresh off a Super Bowl appearance and reportedly releasing Stephon Diggs. Packers also reportedly rumored to be releasing cornerback Nate Hobbs, and sources say they're adding defensive back Benjamin St-Juste. That's all for the Blitz. We'll see you back here later tonight.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one, your sister. buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Right now, get over $7,300 total value on this 2026 Chevy Silverado. Plus, Costco Executive members can get a $12.50 members-only incentive.
There's never been a better time to enjoy quality FlexSteel furniture than right now during the FlexSteel Factory Authorized Sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. You'll save on sofas made in the latest styles, chairs in your choice of fabrics, sectionals designed to fit your space, even luxurious leather sofas and recliners. Every FlexSteel style is included a huge savings of up to 40% off. Unlimited choices, big sale prices, and special financing happening now during the FlexSteel Factory Authorized Sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
Together, we're stronger.
Western works side by side with local employers to provide career-ready skills.
Together, we make a difference.
Western's 90-plus programs go hand in hand with today's job market.
Together, we're vital for our communities.
Our region's exceptional industries rely on Western grads. We're all in this together.
Together,
we are Western.
We're roasting 500,000 pounds of coffee a year, and we employ 85 people. But these tariffs are crushing us. And you're looking at $100,000 in tariffs right here. That's on top of all of our other supplies getting more expensive. We've had no choice but to raise prices. Congressman Derek Van Orden voted to support the tariffs, and he called them a success. It doesn't feel like success to me. All I see are higher prices. We need to tell Derek Van Orden to stop raising our costs.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
I'm Tanya with Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks in Winona, Minnesota. Is your muffler loud or falling apart? Well, I'm here to let you know we have expanded our services with our new exhaust vendor. We can custom form exhaust to meet your needs. Give us a call today to set up an appointment. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
The place to save big money on all your home improvement needs.
A quiet morning for us right now with breezy conditions, snowfall on the way. More about that coming up for you in just a moment.
A man accused of killing his wife will learn his fate today from a judge. I'll have everything you need to know up next.
The U.S. issues a stark warning to Iran and the cost of the war in lives and dollars coming up. La Crosse County is planning to build a roundabout at a busy Onalaska intersection. And an Irish night of stories, music, and dancing at the Pump House. The organizer joins us live. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. It is Wednesday, March 11th, 6:28 a.m. Good morning to you all. We'll start by getting a check on our weather with meteorologist Art Jarrett, kind of tracking the return of winter over there.
Yeah, winter is on the way. You can see this here coming up from the southwest there. You can see within the next hour or so, snowfall is going to be hitting areas right by La Crosse, and it will be moderate possibly in the forecast. Right now, though, it's quiet. If you're in La Crosse getting into it, a little bit of a light breeze out there continuing on, moving that flag around. You'll see as we get up to the north, though, you're looking at a winter weather advisory for in the purple as you get into it, up to maybe 2 to 4 inches of snowfall already there. Once you get up to the pink color there, maybe up to at least 5 inches of snowfall. We've already seen that occur up there by Boulder Junction right now. So as we get into how this all shapes up, this will all finish out by the 1 o'clock hour this afternoon. Lows this morning in the 20s, you can see, and all the way into the middle 30s in the forecast. You see the snowfall is on the way coming in from the southwest, and the darker the color, the more moderate the snowfall. You're also seeing rainfall kicking out of the southern portion of the state as well, going towards Lake Michigan. So we'll keep an eye on that as well, but you're also going to be picking up more of that moisture coming up from the Gulf of Mexico, working into Texas, and then extending all the way into areas right by Illinois, as well as the portions getting closer to us in the forecast. La Crosse has at least the possibility of some heavier snowfall from the 7 o'clock hour, 8 o'clock hour, 9 o'clock hour, going into the 10 o'clock hour, turning into flurries, finishing out that way in the afternoon as well with cloudier skies. Then once you get into the middle portion, the late portion of the afternoon, you'll have clouds diminish, holding on to more sunshine in the forecast, about 38 degrees possible, but it'll feel like 29 degrees on your skin. You'll hold on to Eau Claire, similar conditions as well, sunshine as well, but you're looking up to 1 to 2 inches possible in the forecast for now. Be safe and have a great day.
Thank you for that, Art. And the Zachary Fritz murder trial reaching its end today. News 8 Now's Seth Padilla has the latest for us from the newsroom.
Yeah, Alexandra, a judge will decide today whether Fritz spends the rest of his life in prison or a psychiatric facility. Fritz is accused of fatally stabbing his wife more than 50 times in 2024. Closing arguments wrapped up Tuesday, and a forensic psychiatrist testified that Fritz does not have a bipolar disorder. But defense attorneys point to body cam footage and medical records they say prove otherwise.
He was confused why officers were asking him certain questions, and he didn't get at all why he wasn't allowed to go and see his wife 62 times in 60 minutes. And each and every time, he just didn't understand the explanation that was given.
This would be Fritz's second not guilty by reason of mental disease verdict. He received the same ruling on domestic abuse charges back in 2009. Reporting live in the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you, Seth. We'll take a live look at the White House now. The U.S. is warning Iran block oil flow through the Strait of Hormuz and get hit 20 times harder. The Pentagon says more than a dozen Iranian mine-laying boats have been targeted as joint strikes continue. CBS News' Jared Hill has more on the growing cost of the war.
In new video, U.S. warplanes hit Iranian mine-laying ships hours after President Trump posted online there'd be more to follow. The attacks come as U.S. officials tell CBS News that Iran was preparing to deploy naval mines to the Strait of Hormuz, that key shipping route through which roughly 20% of the world's oil passes. Iran has threatened to stop oil from leaving the Gulf.
President Trump will not allow rogue Iranian terrorists to stop the freedom of navigation and the free flow of energy.
U.S. and Israel joint strikes also shook land. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth called Tuesday one of the most intense days of the war inside Iran, but echoed the president's promise about an end in sight.
This is not endless. It's not protracted. We're not allowing mission creep.
Iran's retaliation relentless, raining more missiles and drones on Israel and U.S. targets in neighboring countries. The Pentagon now says 140 service members have been injured, 8 severely. That's in addition to the 7 U.S. troops killed since the war began. On top of the human toll, CBS News has learned that weapons and ammo used in just the first 2 days of fighting cost $5.6 billion.
American troops are in harm's way. Billions are being spent overseas when there are such desperate needs here at home to lower costs.
Wednesday, Israel blasted Lebanon in its fight against Hezbollah as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu urged Iranians to rise up against their regime. Jared Hill, CBS News.
A cargo ship was evacuated this morning after being struck and catching fire in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has not claimed the attack, but has been targeting vessels in that waterway. You can stick with News 8 Now online and on air for continuing coverage of the U.S. attack on Iran. Some local elections happening. Votes still being tallied at this time in Sheldon Township. Voters choosing between Joyce Betts and Jeremy Johnson for town supervisor. That position is a 3-year term. And in Homer, Anna Driscoll and Harlan Larson are running for town supervisor. We'll have the latest numbers and results on our website, news8000.com. As voters went to the polls, they may have noticed some empty slots on their ballot. That included several town hall clerks and supervisors. Those spots will have to be decided by write-in votes. Residents in Gays Mills turned out in force to weigh in on a proposed transmission line. News 8 Now's JDS McGee reports.
Community members had a chance to learn more about a proposed transmission line project that could stretch across the region. Energy companies Dairyland Power and Gridlions hosted an open house in Gays Mills Tuesday afternoon. The Maribel project will build around 140 miles of transmission lines from southeast Minnesota through Vernon and Crawford counties to answer projected high energy demand in the Midwest. Project representatives say community meetings like these help to explain the proposal And they also help to gather feedback from residents.
We're in the early stages of this project, so we're having these voluntary open houses, but we just want to get the information out there and share the benefits of the project.
But local landowners say they're worried about what transmission lines could mean for their homes and their farms.
The community at large and people we've been talking to are very opposed to this. There are going to be homes, barns, properties that are going to be condemned by eminent domain.
Project leaders say they hope residents take advantage of these meetings to stay informed about the future of the project.
It's important. We want individuals to ask questions about the project. That's why our staff are here. We want to be able to be transparent with folks about the project and the need.
Another open house is scheduled for Thursday in DeSoto. Reporting in Vernon County, Jadis McGee, News 8 Now.
A pedestrian is dead after being struck by a car in Jackson County. That crash happened Monday night on State Highway 54 in the town of Brockway. Police say the pedestrian had been walking in the traffic lane wearing dark clothing. The driver was cooperative. Names have not been released and police are still investigating. The La Crosse Public Library reopening its doors this morning. That grand reopening set for 10 a.m. following a $3.1 million state grant-funded remodel. The upgrades include a 100-seat auditorium, new classroom space, a computer lab, and more accessible restrooms. Eau Claire city leaders passing a water rate hike with an 8-2 vote. The hike is 20%. The increase will be used to cover operating costs and will go into effect April 1st. A roundabout is coming to a busy Onalaska intersection. La Crosse County plans to reconstruct County OT and Commerce Road near the McDonald's and Quick Trip. They say construction will run April through October. There's a public meeting March 25th at Onalaska Town Hall if you want to weigh in. Some chilling details emerging about the troubled past of a Florida woman accused of opening fire with an AR-style rifle at the Beverly Hills mansion of Rihanna. Carter Evans has more.
We're learning new details about the suspect police say targeted the Los Angeles home of one of the biggest names in music. Investigators say 35-year-old Ivana Ortiz opened fire on Rihanna's home Sunday with an AR-15 style assault rifle. Bullets riddled the front gate, and investigators were seen examining what appear to be bullet holes on an Airstream trailer and the side of the house.
10 gunshots fired from the vehicle at the gate.
Police records reveal Ortiz was booked for domestic violence in Florida in 2023. More recently, she unsuccessfully sought an injunction to block a Billie Eilish concert in Orlando.
Is Cardi B pressed?
Before the shooting, a woman who appears to be Ortiz shared bizarre posts on social media about several celebrities, including Rihanna.
She's the one who wants to kill me.
In a video on her YouTube channel 2 months ago, Ortiz appears holding a Bible while rambling incoherently with violent and threatening language.
Listen, Rihanna, when you die, God is taking me to my future. You want to kill me. Shut the up.
Somebody sending unwanted messages to the celebrity. These are the kinds of things that everybody's going to look at in investigating a crime.
The LAPD confirms people were present at the time of the shooting. It's not clear if Rihanna, her partner, rapper A$AP Rocky, and their 3 children were home. Carter Evans, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Kodiak is 8 weeks old. He is the youngest of 8 kids and loves watching everything around him and everybody spoiling him.
All right, if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Picture button in the Home tab on our website.
Coming up, Celtic stories and songs. The organizer joins us with the details next.
While you're busy, your pup can play all day at Top Dog Retreat in West Salem. Safe, supervised fun with friends, plus plenty of exercise and love. Because a tired dog is a happy dog. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Password 1234.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
This is the job for Sponsored Jobs. Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
Visit Holton Jewelry Co. in Winona to sell your valuables at our 3-day-only buying event. From March 17th to March 19th. Bring in your gold. silver, fine jewelry, diamonds, coins and currency, and more to receive a non-obligation offer and immediate payment. No appointment necessary. For more information and a full list of what we buy, visit nationalrarities.com.
Shopping for your next car or truck? Get more with Maury's. At Maury's Auto Group, more isn't extra. It's just what we do. More transparency, more clarity, more trust, and more value with Maury's More Care program, which includes complimentary first year of maintenance on new vehicles and complimentary powertrain warranty on pre-owned vehicles. That's real peace of mind long after you drive off the lot. Find your more at Maury'sAuto.com. Get more with Maury's.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis. So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support. It really brought me back to being able to be me.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
If you have a crack like this, well, you have a problem. Today I'm learning how a cracked wall might mean your foundation is sinking.
It always points towards the area where it's sinking. For example, this corner here, we're down almost a full inch of drop.
Right, so that's going down and that's causing the crack.
Correct. And then this door, they don't even use that door anymore. It cannot open.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Want to save $1,000? Switch to Spectrum and we guarantee you will. Seriously, you can hold us to it. Switch to Spectrum fiber-powered internet and 2 mobile lines for just $30 a month each. That's $1,000 in real savings in your first year, guaranteed. Or we'll cover the difference. We call it the Spectrum Savings Guarantee. So call this number now, switch, and save $1,000 on internet and mobile. It's a guaranteed no-brainer.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, skip the mess and hassle at home. Our climate-controlled self-serve dog wash is open 24 hours to keep your dog clean, dry, and ready for their next adventure. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Well, good morning to you as you get into your local weather here. Up to the north, going up to Menominee, you have some snowfall there. It's kind of frozen right there, but you can see it right there along the light post there, as well as on the grass. You can see that out there right now for the grassy areas. 30 degrees out there. It feels like 22 degrees currently out there by Menominee. You get into the morning commute, which is affecting now. You get up to Lake Hallie between Eau Claire and Chippewa Valley. You're going to be seeing that continue on with 29 degrees. Feels like 20 degrees. And right now it looks a little bit dry for you, but you get into Winona. Winona has flurries now working through the area. That's absolutely beautiful, but it's been quite breezy for them as well. 32 degrees out there. It feels like 23 degrees out there with 7 miles of visibility. You get into La Crosse, we have the breeze out there right now, but not much in the way of snow just yet. Flurries should be on the way. If Winona's picking it up, we should have it within the next 30 minutes or so. Lows this morning, we're picking up 27 all the way down to about 34 degrees this early morning. So we're near, we're chilly to cool. Let's call it that. We'll get into the snowfall. The darker shaded blue you get, the more moderate it's going to become. Lighter snowfalls working up along the northern tier, but right now they already picked up 5 inches of snowfall up there by Boulder Junction, what we've told you already about. We're seeing more of this rainfall coming down from the Gulf of Mexico, working through Dallas, and then heading all the way up into Missouri, and then continuing on all the way through areas right by Illinois, and kind of working that snowfall right back into Lake Michigan, but I should say rainfall, where we're getting snowfall a little bit more to the northwest. We're still holding on to how this all shapes up, or southwest, I should say. You're seeing more of this wind coming in from the northwest, holding on to breezy and gusty winds all the way through the morning hours. Those winds continue to pick up to 37 miles per hour as we go right through the morning, and then getting into the afternoon, similar conditions as well. The zones are showing cloudier skies to mostly cloudy conditions. When Viroqua will have mostly cloudy skies, but everybody else has cloudier skies. We, on the other hand, will hold on to mostly cloudy skies as well, 38 degrees there. Everybody else picking up cloudier skies with more snowfall on the way, especially the farther north you go. Mondovi still has a little bit of sunshine, holding on to mostly cloudy skies, similar to areas by Eau Claire as well, 38 degrees for you. And of course, you've got the snowfall on the forecast route there. Up to areas by Ladysmith, they've picked up some decent snowfall for now, picking up at least, you can see as you go into it all the way through the morning hours. Then it kind of subsides once we get into the late morning hours, backs away. Snowfall still up there, but to the east of Ladysmith, rain and snowfall as we kick into this afternoon. And you can see that with ice associated with that over La Crosse right now, so please be careful in the afternoon. There may be some slick roadways out there with temperatures still in the 30s, and we'll be picking up 30s for the day. But once we get into the afternoon, I should say the overnight hours, you're seeing more of a mix of rain and snow by the midnight hour for going into Thursday. That tracks all the way down to Black River Falls as well as La across and it gets out of the way. We'll go right back into Thursday. Once we get to the noon hour, you're having some rainfall kick in and snowfall up to the north, mixing in with rain and snow as we go right through Thursday. And we'll hold on to the snowfall, 1 to 2 inches possible, and then we'll see down to the south maybe 1 inch or less in the forecast. Then as we get into how this all shapes up for rainfall, we could possibly see a 1/4 of an inch or so or less in the forecast. Now it's kind of dropping down, even more so now, down to 1/10 of an inch. We'll hold on to this 38 degrees today, 45 tomorrow with a wintry mix coming in. Then we'll have snowfall kicking in all the way into snowfall into rainfall. Once we get into your Saturday, you're looking at another mix of rain and snow carrying over all the way into Sunday with snowfall turning into rainfall again. Temperatures still in the 30s, and then once we drop down into your Monday, drier conditions, but we're also seeing temperatures in the middle 20s in the forecast. So it's going to get much colder. And then once you go into Tuesday of next week, nighttime snow turns, and once you go into Wednesday of next week as well, you're seeing near average temperatures. So be safe and have a wonderful day out there.
Thank you, Art. New this morning, St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, and the Pump House is celebrating with a night of Celtic stories, music, and dancing. And we are joined by professional storyteller Terry Visker to tell us more. Good morning, Terry. Always great to see you.
It's always nice to be here. Thank you.
So we understand we can expect a wee bit of Irish fun. Tell us what that
Always
entails.
a wee bit of the Irish, yes.
I knew she'd have a better accent than me.
Well, you know, in Ireland and Scotland, they have parties that they call Céilís, and that's kind of what ours is. So that it's music and dancing and stories.
Okay.
And so that's what we're bringing you, a Celtic Céilí.
Okay,
so,
sounds great.
Back in the day, we had an Irish teacher about 3rd grade, I think, and she was like, "Oh, we'd sing, oh, my name is McNamara, and I'm the leader of the."
Right,
that's ready too.
So tell us about Dublin's Daughters.
The Dublin Daughters are a trio of women that play totally Irish songs. There's a violin and a guitar, and it's music. They don't sing, and they're delightful. So you know they get your foot tapping a bit.
Okay, yes, love to hear that always. And what should we know about your organization, the Bluff Country Tail Spinners?
Well, the Bluff Country has been around since about 2000, you know, something like that. And so we are a guild. We meet once a month, second Thursday of the month. Now we're at the Moose Lodge on Ward Avenue. And what our purpose is to help each other to tell stories. So you come with a story that maybe you're just beginning or it's totally polished, and people give you feedback to help you to improve your story. But we also like listeners. You can't be a storyteller without a story listener.
Right.
And so some of the people that come to guild meetings have never told a story at all. They just come to hear.
Okay, so you can just come and listen if
yes,
you'd like. Okay.
It's lovely.
So is this family friendly, or can we bring the kids?
Well, you know, I wouldn't call it. It is family friendly. We always just tell PG-13 stories, but because it's more for adults, the theme of the stories would probably not involve children.
Okay.
And you know, the stories are also 10 to 12 minutes long.
Okay.
With little kids, you know,
Yeah.
we're usually 7 to 8 minutes long for
Right.
each one too. So, yeah, right. Well, no.
running
The
around.
story is very engaging. It gets both sides of your brain going, so it's very engaging. But you know, they just wouldn't be as interested in the story.
Yeah,
the theme
little
of
ones.
the stories.
Okay,
right,
so
right.
maybe leave the littler ones
Right.
at home.
Yeah,
this
teenagers
time.
fine. Yeah, but again, it's more of an adult night out.
Okay, sounds good there. And so do we need to get tickets in advance, or how do we do that?
The tickets are at the Pump House, so you can call them or go on their website. Usually there's hopefully there isn't, but you know, there's often tickets that you can just walk in and see. But we have been sold out before, so you never know, because when it gets to be a little bit by St. Patrick's Day, well, people get a little bit of the green on.
Yes, they're looking for some events to celebrate.
Right,
okay,
right.
and this is a Saturday, March 14th. Anything else that we should know before we attend?
Well, besides the stories, because there's 6 storytellers and then one person's going to do a poem, we also have Amanda's Academy, who will do Irish dancing, you know, where the girls wear the wigs, and they are amazing. They're amazing. So, you know, a nice variety of things, a full evening of fun.
Okay, lots to see, and storytelling in all different mediums.
Right.
Okay, we love it. Thank you for being here, Terry.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Yay.
On CBS Mornings, Americans are getting more money from their tax returns this year. Jill Schlesinger will have advice for the best ways to use that newfound cash. Plus, award-winning actor Kurt Russell joins us. He's starring with Michelle Pfeiffer in the new Paramount Plus drama, The Madison. Also, rap legend Flava Flav is in the house. He's going to tell us how he's continuing to empower female athletes from the Winter Olympics. And we will share an exclusive preview of tonight's episode of Survivor 50. We'll see you at 7.
Where's the best place for local fresh quality meat? The Holman Locker and Meat Market, of course. Now's the time to order your whole or half double smoked ham, prime rib, or smoked salmon for Easter. Don't forget the wine and cheese. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Get an 11% rebate on everything when you shop at Menards. Good maintenance equals longer vehicle life. Save big on our great selection of automotive products from trusted brands to help keep your vehicle running smooth. Help prevent costly repairs with Shell Rotella T6 heavy-duty diesel motor oil. It offers better fuel economy, excellent wear protection, and improved deposit control. Pick up a gallon jug today at a value of $19.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
When you turn 65, you're bombarded with all kinds of ads because all of a sudden you enter the world of Medicare. It can be really confusing, and you're wondering, are people trying to sell me stuff? I made a call to Strive Medicare, and they were so great because they were really advocates. They were people that I trusted that could say, here's what you need to do, and they made it simple. Find a friend that becomes an advocate that really understands what Medicare is all about and gets you in the right plan.
Call Strive Medicare today.
Soar into a new career at Eagle Crest Communities.
My experience here has helped me tremendously. I started off as a bath aide, and I've been here 3 years, so I've learned, I've became like a sponge. This is just like the perfect place for a single parent like me. So they help with school, they help with my schedule professionally. I get compliments and thank yous every day. That makes me feel good because I know that I've completed what God has sent me here to do, and that's to take care of these residents.
Learn more at eaglecrestlife.org.
In this place, strength means something different. It means us all being together. And doing our thing. You can look all you want, but there's still no place like this place.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality, local meat. Stock up with our spring meat bundle, which includes drummies, ground beef, chicken, steaks, brats, ribs, and pork chops. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Yep, it's that time of year. But whether it's this or this, you can trust the First Warn Weather Team to help you plan your day right. First Warn Weather. When you expect more, turn to News 8.
First Warn Weather on News 8 Now. It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without. Bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle.
The Zachary Fritz murder trial reaches its end today, and a judge will decide whether he spends the rest of his life in prison or a psychiatric facility. Fritz is accused of fatally stabbing his wife more than 50 times in 2024. Closing arguments wrapped up Tuesday, and a forensic psychiatrist testified that Fritz does not have a bipolar disorder. But defense attorneys point to body cam footage and medical records they say prove otherwise.
He was confused why officers were asking him certain questions, and he didn't get at all why he wasn't allowed to go and see his wife. 62 times in 60 minutes. And each and every time, he just didn't understand the explanation that was given.
This would be Fritz's second not guilty by reason of mental disease verdict. He received the same ruling on domestic abuse charges back in 2009.
The U.S. vowing to hit Iran 20 times harder if it does anything to stop the flow of oil to the Strait of Hormuz. Pentagon says more than a dozen mine-laying boats have been targeted, and we're now also getting a clearer picture of the cost of the war in both blood and money.
American troops are in harm's way. Billions are being spent overseas when there are such desperate needs here at home to lower costs.
Wednesday, Israel blasted Lebanon in its fight against Hezbollah as Prime Minister Netanyahu urged Iranians to rise up against their regime. The La Crosse Public Library will reopen this morning at 10 a.m. following a $3.1 million state grant-funded remodel, that is. The upgrades include a 100-seat auditorium, new classroom space, a computer lab, and more accessible restrooms. And a roundabout is coming to a busy Onalaska intersection. La Crosse County plans to reconstruct County OT and Commerce Road near the McDonald's and Quick Trip. They say construction will run April through October. A public meeting is March 25th at Onalaska Town Hall. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is pitching a major makeover to the state's Medicaid system to fight back against fraud. He wants to eliminate the role of managed care organizations and consolidate the program into one single statewide model.
I want to be clear. This is not putting blame on counties or managed care organizations. It's just stating a reality. As the system over the decades has become more complex and the systems have grown out, it has been difficult.
DHS says it's going to tap into existing funds to do a study of the current system and provide recommendations. A tortoise in Georgia made a break for it this weekend. The reptile escaped its enclosure at a local high school, then started wandering the neighborhood. Residents called police, who eventually lifted the tortoise and carried it home, officers joking that it doubled as an unexpected workout. He does look very heavy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks pretty heavy out there. And they're like, where's his location? About a foot from where he was 2 hours ago.
Exactly. He just wanted to enjoy the sunshine in Georgia, huh?
Yeah, why not, right? He's got the coverage for it. He can handle it. All right, so let's get into what's happening out there, my friends. We're holding on to snowfall out there right now. It's starting to get closer to us. Winona picking up a little light flurry or two. Look at that. Woo! And it's breezy out there, too. It'll be up the wind gusts up to 37 miles per hour today, holding on to 32 degrees. Feels like 23 degrees out there. And, of course, La Crosse, you're picking up some snowfall as we go through the mid-morning hours, continuing on right through sunrise, too. You'll see that with for the morning. Then by the afternoon, drier conditions. Whole lot of sunshine on the way for you. 38 degrees for your high, but it'll feel like about 29 degrees on your skin. You get into Eau Claire, you've got the snowfall, heavy stuff as well, possibly up to 2 to 4 inches for you, maybe at 2 inches for La Crosse or less. We'll get into at least some sunshine. It'll feel like 38 degrees and also will feel like about 29 degrees on your skin. More of a wintry mix getting into tomorrow as well. We'll see that for Friday in the morning, maybe some snow up to the north. Then we'll get into nighttime snowfall. And to get into Saturday and Sunday, you've got another round of wintry mix coming in the forecast with snow turning to rain on Sunday.
All right, it returns. Thank you, Arden. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here at noon.